Guys, this is the Nighthawk09, and I am going to be doing some tips and tricks for the new players who are going to be getting into the game and are like, wow, Nighthawk, using some really cool cards, and you're up there in the Legendary Arena, but I'm in like Arena 4. What deck should I use? So I'm going to be doing some tips and tricks, and I'm going to be doing it weekly. So a once a week thing, and obviously the first video is going to be Arena 1. So this is the Training Camp and Arena 1 cards, the only cards that you can get in this arena, and this is the deck that I would use if I were in that arena. Obviously, I'm not in that arena, but that's what I'm gonna. This is just what I'm gonna be doing. And let's just start getting into some games, I guess you could say. And we're just gonna kind of show off different scenarios that can end up happening and how to use the deck properly. So when you guys start like this, you have these cards. Dropping the baby dragon in the back is never a bad idea. Now, obviously, the cards that I'm going to be going up against are going to be a little bit different than the cards you're going to be going up against because I'm also in the Legendary Arena. But the Hunter is very good for targeting the bigger objects, and they can also target air. The baby dragon is going to hit splash. It's going to be hit multiple troops. They're trying to stop, like the skeleton army or cards like that is really good. Having the Hog Rider and the Prince are good for the offensive plays, and then having a skeleton army is also good for stopping big legions of stuff, and having the minions is good for targeting air troops. Having your arrows are good for targeting smaller troops that you need to be able to take out pretty quickly. But using the skeleton army to bring air troops away from your tower is another good idea, or try to stop a giant. You can do that too. Now, again, the troops that I'm fighting here, you probably aren't going to fight till like your Arena 6. But that doesn't really mean much. You should still hopefully be able to stop them. So the Hunter is very good for fighting very big targets. As you could tell there in that scenario, he's very good for just trying to be able to defeat the bigger targets. And the Goblin Barrel is another very offensive card, but could be used to distract other cards as well. Alright, so here's a good scenario where you can strap a skeleton army down on a single target troop and just be able to blow it back very quickly, very easily. And this trainer here is using the fireball. I would never suggest you do that. If you want to maybe swap out your arrows, the arrows here, for the fireball, which you could totally do, but I wouldn't do that. But you could do that. And see how I'd use the Prince and the Goblin Barrel just to go for that tower and to take it out real quick and very easy. Just a very easy move there to do. And the Goblin still did a bunch of damage back up there, right up top. The damage was very good. And I'm going to drop another Goblin Barrel. Oh, and one more thing about the Goblin Barrel. Never place it in the same spot every time. So if you want to place it on the tower, don't place it on that same corner every single time. It's going to get predictable. So place it in different corners every time. It's going to keep your enemy opponent, oh, where are they going to place it every single time? So I won that one, but we're gonna go right into another one. Yes, I am in trainer camps. I'm not actually fighting real people. That is why. Reason being is so that I'm not trying to focus on winning. I'm more focused on trying to give you tips and tricks. Not worried about, oh no, if I lose, I'm going to lose trophies. Nope, that's not what I'm here for. I'm only here to help you focus on what to kind of watch out for. So again, dropping the Skarmy on those single target troops, and then dropping the minions on the air troops, like the baby dragon or other minions maybe, or you could even drop them on other stuff, like the goblins or stuff like that. And if you notice, my first thing I did was I dropped the baby dragon in that back corner, and look at the damage up there. It's some good damage. Alright, and now we have 9 elixirs, so what we can do is we can drop a Hog Rider. I almost dropped my Prince there, and I maybe still should have, but I didn't. I'm going to drop my baby dragon, and then I'm going to drop my skeleton army to help just destroy these enemies these big groups of targets. Now, again, the enemies that I'm fighting, the cards that I'm fighting against, you may not fight against, but that doesn't mean anything. You're still may end up fighting types of cards like this, and you're still going to end up needing the help to try to target these types of cards, which is fine. So, like, you can take that air barrel cannon thing, and it's like a minion. It's like some minions, or it's like another baby dragon type thing. So I'm defending it like I would defend anything else. Right now I have nothing to defend against this Inferno Dragon, so I'm going to see if I can just kind of pull it away so I can try to get out my air defense card. As you notice again, we're going to drop another Skeleton Army, or the Skarmy. You might hear me call it that as well. And man, those cards are pretty good at being able to deal with the Skeleton Army. But you guys will hopefully not have to fight that anytime soon, because you're in Arena 1. Alright, that card goes down. So you've noticed I haven't really done that much aggressiveness, but now we can drop a Hog Rider and the Goblin Barrel. And then we're going to drop a Prince on the other side. So they defended this side, where the Hog Rider and the Goblin Barrel are. But now they may not have the elixir to be able to stop the other side, where the Prince now is. Arrows there on just a lot of troops there. Drop some arrows. Drop the arrows. I haven't used the arrows all that much, and maybe, just maybe, if you feel like, oh, I'm not really using the arrows all that much, swap it out. Swap it out for something different, maybe. I'm going to drop my Hog Rider over here to kind of see if I can get in there and deal off the damage I need. Arrows that to knock that off. And then drop your Skeleton Army on those 1-type troops again. And then we're going to drop my Goblin Barrel over there. When that tower's low health, a good Goblin Barrel will just take out that tower. And boom, there we go. Nice and easy. I think that this deck is very good for the lower arena. It is very good at making defensive plays. It's very good at being offensive. And you never know. There are a couple of cards that like, I'm not using the arrows all that much. Swap in the Fireball. You'll be able to hit things a little bit with more damage, and it also can deal a lot more tower damage. But I feel the arrows are a little bit more important because you have a lot more cards like the Minions and the Goblin Barrel and the Skarmy and all the goblins and all that can be taken out instantly by arrows. So I think that is just the way to go. This is the deck I would use for Arena 1 and Trainer Camp. Next week, you will see me go over Bone Pit and the cards for Arena 2. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.